Hello everyone and welcome back to the first Gamecast podcast since the coronavirus. So today we have Gavin joining us for the first time. He knew which camera to look into.
Barely. I was like,
There's only two cameras in the room. Which one do I look at?
the one where I can see myself.
Yes, exactly.
We went into that one.
So since last time we met, there's been a lot of games released and we all have had nothing to do with play games. I know James hasn't played any.
Last of
So
Us.
I haven't really, so.
that brings us to the start. What have you been playing? James, how do you just said you were playing Last of Us?
Last of Us 2, yeah.
So you're watching a movie?
Yeah. Watching a movie, right?
Pretty much.
Some long cutscenes.
It's like Metal Gear-esque cutscenes.
Metal Gear, yeah. Nearly beats it at some points.
Yeah.
You're Solid 4.
There. Same.
Pretty much the same, yeah. But before that came out, I was actually taking a good crack at Resident Evil 7 on VR. I got a cheap VR headset there a while ago for my PS4, so yeah, I've been playing that, and it's a whole new experience. Never tried anything like that before, so.
How did you react to the scene with the when she's coming up from the
Stairs.
yeah?
Oh man, I was breaking it.
Did you know that was coming?
No.
Oh my god!
Like,
Your first playthrough was on VR?
First picture was on
Oh.
VR, yeah. Yeah, so I was on the stairs
Jealous.
and usually you can look around no matter what's happening, but it kind of froze and I was looking down and I was like, oh, the game is after freezing, and then all I saw was your one's hand coming up and I was like...
It's when the hand comes up and then it dims again and then she like lunges at you. I was like, oh god!
Yeah.
I wasn't even playing. I was just watching it.
I had
Jesus.
headphones in and everything. I was not expecting it. I left like a mile off the couch.
For the Halloween special, I think we said it that you said sorry. You were going to play Resident Evil 7 on the VR, and we both mentioned that scene.
Yeah.
We were like, he's going to shit his pants when he gets to that.
Pants were shot.
You didn't play
I
through that
finished
yet.
it.
You didn't even play through it.
Yeah.
You
No,
didn't.
I put up on YouTube and got through
Well,
one
yeah.
episode.
Part 1 and 2 to come.
Famous last
We're
one.
still
We're
playing
still-
it,
we're
just
still
didn't
waiting.
upload it.
I'm still waiting on part 2.
So am I. I enjoyed it. You just need to turn the mic up.
Oh yeah.
What have you been playing, Gavin?
See, I'm on Xbox, so I haven't played The Last of Us, so that's a shame.
Darren, you usually have a witty remark.
I told him on the way out, he knew it was coming. Just to let you know, I'm on Xbox. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 1.
What do you think about Kingdom Hearts?
I
in
don't know
general?
what's going on now.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
They're really obsessed with hearts.
Yeah, but the words are cool.
Very cool.
I'm in Agrabah, the Aladdin part. I'm after... What's I do? I'm after...
Pre Will Smith now.
I don't even know what's going on, as I'm just beating up little black coloured ants.
Oh no! I am offended.
Remember last time? What was it?
Hang on, I'll do
The
up
black firebomb is back.
I'll do up a disclaimer. I'll do up a disclaimer in the editing after.
Oh yeah, the drunk souls doesn't look so good now.
I don't, yeah, I'm beating up little coloured ants.
You can't say that. The poor ants.
And locking keyholes. I don't know what's going on. I ran into Winnie the Pooh and that's as far as I got.
Locking what keyholes? The barn?
Yeah, something along those lines. It's fun, but I don't know what's happening.
It's crazy. Are you playing the remaster or the
Remix or something? I don't know
remix?
what's
I bought 3, and then on the same day I was like, great, I may figure out what's going on. And I went back and I got the collection. I assume.
Did you play through them? Yeah, I got the collection.
I am playing through the game. Right, I didn't even get as far as you got. I got to Alice in Wonderland, and I just went.
That's like the second or third world.
I said, "Fuck this."
That was the worst. That's why. That's like one of the worst words in the whole thing.
I traded in. I just turned on 3, and I got further in 3.
Yeah,
I still didn't know
It
what
was
was
a
going
struggle to get through the Alice in Wonderland part. It was the worst. Is that my phone?
Yes.
The Kingdom Hearts collection's names just confuse me. It's like the
Remix 1.5.
Remix 1.5, 368 over a fraction days, featuring
2.8,
Dante.
2.9. That's kind of shit.
Featuring Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog and
Yeah.
Dante from Devil May
Never
Cry.
even played it.
There's a canon game released for the Nintendo DS for Kingdom Hearts that you have to play to understand where some of the characters come from.
Snake in one of them? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, you're thinking of Smash Bros.
Oh, okay.
That's a,
Yeah,
that's a
but
different thing.
do you know
That's
who's
a
in it
brawl.
actually is Cloud Strife and Aerith are in it.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah, I fought one of them recently. Cloud. The Cloud.
Out the street.
Yeah, I swear. I fought the Cloud. The Cloud, I was calling him.
Like it's
Walk through. After you beat the Cloud, where do you go? That's what I've been doing. So that was what I've been playing. watching a lot of walkthroughs. Don't help anyway at all.
When I went into CX to buy the collection, I literally went to Argos, bought 3, and I went, right, I may get the other one. Checked the stock, it was in CX, walked across the road in Carlow to get it. The guy over the counter looked at me and just went, "You won't have a fucking clue."
There you go. There's a sign.
And I was just like, he's a shit salesman. I went home and I was like, he tried to warn me. So I have been playing Final Fantasy VII, which I finished, and The Last of Us, which I finished in a day and a half.
So I'm the only one that hasn't played The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I have a copy of it if you just want to look at it when you go home.
Just send me a picture.
Put it in your Xbox.
I'll try it.
You didn't even play the first one, did you?
I did, yeah. Of course I did. I got that when it came out, I think. I played that.
You just said you're on Xbox.
I'm on Xbox now because...
I didn't play it until the remastered came out on the PS4.
Same, yeah. That's the remaster was
No,
the first
I
time
played it
played
on PS3.
PS3.
Aha! And you're slagging me for not
20
playing
You
it.
told me to buy
20
it.
frames per second, gang, for
It's
life.
Yeah.
No.
Short story. As opposed to 25 fucking hours of Last of Us 2, which I enjoyed. Right. Question 1. What is the worst console you've owned and why? Going to give it to Darren because these lads don't have answers prep because this is the first time they've heard the question.
I literally read it before.
I didn't read it. I didn't read it.
I actually went on.
Oh, you didn't. We just stop.
Fucking did.
Darren, would you please bring some
did.
grace to this
Right.
podcast?
No.
The worst console I ever owned.
The worst console you've owned.
Right. As much as I like it, being totally honest, is actually the Nintendo Switch. And the reason being is because of just all the kind of shitty practices Nintendo has pulled this generation. Like once upon a time, like consoles being made of like Nintendium was a meme because like they were so durable. You could like drop an N64 off like a roof and it would still work just fine afterwards. People leaving their Game Boys in garages for years and years and they were working just fine. Like being exposed to the elements and everything. And yet then the Switch controllers by themselves cost €80, and yet like most of them are drifting, like the Joy-Con drift issue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. One of my pairs started to drift recently, and strangely enough, it was a newer pair that I bought afterwards. It wasn't the pair that I got with the console. The pair I got with the console somehow are still working, but there's that shit. The console actually has less features than like the 3DS in terms of like the user interface and the stuff available to it. Like I'm pretty sure, I think it was the Wii U had Netflix. And there's no Netflix.
Oh yeah, you're right. It did.
Yeah,
The
and there's
Wii
no-
U had Netflix.
And there's no Netflix app on the Switch because they're like after pulling some weird 180 where they're like no it's for games only, it's not an entertainment thing, it's games.
And everything seems locked behind a paywall after you buy the fucking
Not to
thing.
mention
Yeah.
the worst battery ever.
Yes. Well, the light one is slightly better.
Yeah, but I had the original one.
Yeah, it's the revised model has 5 hours over 3 hours, but yeah, like they say it's 3 hours, but really like you're playing a game for like an hour and a half. It's 3 hours if you're leaving it on.
Breath of the
no
Wild
brightness.
Was, Breath of the Wild was the only game I played on my Switch, and
Yeah.
I mean I would not get 2 hours battery. No way.
No,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
swear.
I had the original Switch and I have the Switch Lite now. The original Switch I just got rid of because I was like, you can't sit in through Breath of the Wild for 1 hour and just leave it.
No.
You have to keep going. So I was like, no, I can't do it. So I didn't even get to finish the game.
Yeah. Another reason is that the online subscription, Nintendo stuff is all the Nintendo online services or whatever they're called, always used to be free. Now they're €20 a year, which is dirt cheap to be fair.
Yes.
But you're getting what you pay for because the service is absolute tripe. There's features that are missing from it that like the original Xbox had back in like 2002 or whatever. Just really basic stuff. Like what was it? You couldn't just put in a headset into the console.
Yeah.
You had to put it into your phone and use an app with it. And while you were using the app, you couldn't put your phone to sleep. You had to like leave it on and open. Like you couldn't just put it to sleep and like throw it to your side and play your game. You had to actually leave it open. Just really bizarre, badly designed decisions like that. Just
You could have just phoned the other person.
yeah, like that's what most people are doing. It's like, thanks, bro. I'm just going to use Discord. Like, but like I do really love my Switch. I love the games on it. I play it for all the Nintendo exclusives, and I love just like even just like propping it up with a YouTube video at night, just some chilling in bed or whatever. But for all these weird little bizarre decisions they made, it's just left a weird taste in my mouth after.
Agreed.
That's why you shouldn't lick game cartridges.
Okay.
It
Gav.
tastes horrible as well.
Yeah.
You?
My worst console, probably the Switch as well, to be honest. Because I just bought a Switch just for Zelda. Played that. You can pass that, by the way, in like less than an hour or two if you just run straight to the.
Straight to
Yeah. So I think I kind of skipped a lot of games. But it's hard. Like you need to level up and stuff. But yeah,
Worst game ever. Needs more content.
No, it's a good game. I just played that and Odyssey, and that was it. Like, and I just don't like the other games. I just bought it for those 2 games.
The price of cartridges as well is
Oh, it's ridiculous.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, that's
Cartridges
a good
are cheaper
And-
to make, are they not?
Yeah.
Like Saints Row 3 is on the Switch and it costs like €40. It's really expensive.
Oh, it's so stupid. Yeah, the Nintendo tax they call it.
Yeah, the games are just, the price is ridiculous. I also had a Nokia N-Gage at one time. I don't know what's worse.
That doesn't even qualify.
I don't know if that counts as a console or not. That one.
I actually felt bad for you there. I was like, oh god, are you okay?
And I'm not comparing an N-Gage to a Switch. that was shy.
Gamecast official.
I had 3 terrible Xbox 360s. Red Ring of Death, you know, that kind of way. I had
Yeah,
the faulty one. Like, there's a good console, but I mean, I had the bad version of it.
I had that too, and I did the towel. I did the towel trick.
360 arcade or whatever. It was always, it was
bonkers.
absolutely
When I say for my own,
dire.
it's the Xbox.
Yeah,
Xbox 360.
absolutely trash, by.
I didn't know you had an Xbox 360.
Very short.
The hardware is just the
They're
games
very
and everything. Like, they're good. Halo 3 was one of the best.
Halo 3.
I love
I
Halo
One of the
3.
best.
I sank so many hours into
Oh,
Halo
me and
3.
him used to just
You know.
poor old Adam used to get a bad day in office.
Conflict denied ops.
Not to mention that. But yeah, they're like that's it. Like, but the worst of the worst for me was the Switch, just because of the fact I bought it for 2 games, and I bought the remastered Saints Row 3.
God, for God's sake! It's not even 2 was the best.
Yeah, 3 was trash, but I just wanted it on the Switch.
I had what did I got? I would say the Switch as well, but for another issue is the storage is a pain in my ass.
Yeah,
and
it's trash.
The data keeps corrupting on a game I want to finish called Resident Evil Revelations 1, which is a shite Resident Evil game that I just want to get through because it's part of the canon. And I got to a boss, right? And it was so fucking hard to kill. And I did it. And the game crashed. And I was like, oh no, please.
Nice one.
I got it back and it saved just before it died.
Wait,
and I got to another
Is that
boss.
a Switch thing or a Resident Evil thing? Is it something to do with the port, like some weird bug?
No, it's actually just the Switch. It's low on storage now, so it's starting to shit itself. And I got to another boss, and it happened again. I was like, I can't install it. It takes
Tissue paper and clean out your cartridges.
It takes 2 hours. It's not even a cartridge to download it. It takes 2 hours for it to re-download every time, and the download cancels halfway sometimes. So when I originally went to download it, it took 8 fucking hours and 4 attempts to download the bastard thing. And then I turned it on and I was like, right, it's shy.
Nice.
So Switch for that reason.
Oh my god, there's gonna be murder.
I didn't want.
Switch 3
I was
times.
going to say Xbox 360, but when Switch started getting
I
abuse,
gave about 5 consoles, but sure, look.
yeah, with Engage.
That I had that like for some reason.
All us
Dowdy
boys,
bought one.
all us boys hating on the Switch.
Oh, I actually don't mind the Switch. It's just I think it's the worst one I've ever
Oh,
owned.
Nintendrones watching this video, they're going to be on suicide watch after hearing our opinions about the Switch today.
How you doing, Romer? Question 2. What is the best video game world in terms of visual appeal? James.
Bioshock 1, I think.
Really?
Oh, excellent choice.
First time I...
Patrician taste,
Yeah.
James.
That's outside the box.
No, the first time I put it in the PlayStation and I saw the first level where you come up out of the plane, I was like, Jesus, this is unbelievable.
Absolutely.
It
You
was the best
never
looking
forget
game
it.
I ever played at the time. Like, it was just absolutely unreal.
And the actual style of gameplay really holds up today.
I still
Oh,
play.
for
Yeah,
sure.
when they remastered, I was so happy.
Bioshock's
that
timeless.
collection. And I love Bioshock Infinite, and a lot of people hate it.
I
think it's
like
brilliant.
Bioshock Infinite.
That's my favourite one.
Booker DeWitt is a very cool name.
Yeah, and he's a cool character,
Mm.
I think.
Yeah, I liked it. It felt a bit stretched out. It was like they could have done the exact same experience but shorter.
There's
Yes.
bosses in it that are terrible. That's why there's some parts of it are just absolutely just a drag. But I
And
love
absolutely macing people with
It's
the
a game
skyhook.
that really nailed down water effects really well, I thought.
Bioshock.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the best water effects
Yeah.
at the time. Yeah, I think they won awards for it actually.
Yeah. Everything else just looked terrible. Like,
Even the characters' designs were very, very good.
even like,
Yeah, the overall art style and aesthetic of it. Yeah, it's just there was really nothing else like it at the time.
I think we all agree this.
Maybe
That's a good
maybe
shout. I don't
universally
even know-
just
the
yeah,
closest
fuck it.
thing to it would
We just got to question 3.
Fallout, but I think,
Fallout, no, I
but
think
in
it's
terms of-
gone
in
too
terms of
dark.
Fallout.
world
There's
wise.
what? 2 or 3 colours in Fallout 3.
I know, but I mean, like, in terms of how the world is.
The atmosphere. The atmosphere is good in them games.
So in comparison,
When I go down into them old vaults, I shouldn't even. Do you know the one where all the same lad is right? Gary. Mother of God.
Hey, Gary.
Gary. Yeah, that scared me kind of.
Jeez, what's the best one for visual appeal for me? I'd say, alright, for me it's a choice between the first Jack and Daxter game, because I just love like old temples and tropical environments and stuff. Like any game that has those two things, tropical environments and temples, instantly in my book, like there's just something so like relaxing and like enticing about environments like that. I just love them. But
Do you fatten off a good waterfall in a game?
do I what?
Fatten off a good waterfall in a game.
I do fatten off a good waterfall now. I'm quite partial to fattening off a waterfall.
Good.
But Oblivion as well, you know, Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Yeah. Oh, no, fuck that.
No, the art style, like, there's just something, like, the graphics aren't, like,
Very vibrant, I think.
yeah, they're very vibrant and kind of lush. It's
Right,
almost
like
like,
the greens
The
and
greens
that
are
hurt
very-
my eyes.
it's like the detail compared to some of the other games, like, it didn't look as good, like, the detail wasn't really there.
I was going to say that dated very bad.
Yeah, but the overall presentation of it, sometimes it looks like a water painting, you know, even without mods, and then when you do put in mods, it's a whole new
It's visually more
experience.
appealing than Skyrim anyway, which is just grey.
Yeah, Skyrim was, like, I like the bleakness of Skyrim, but
Mm.
Oblivion is
That
just pretty...
was cool at the time. Do you know what I mean? To have a game like that.
So
Remember
dark.
Gears of
Tesla.
War, remember the
Like
first
Tesla
few
sit
Gears
down
of
and
War
like,
as well. The first few
Oh,
Gears
yeah,
of War games
yeah.
have they're just
Oh,
red
yeah.
and black and grey. There's blood and there's
The red is just
Oh,
the
yeah.
bandana.
After that, yeah, like bad weather in games was all
Yeah.
the fashion. Even Skate like had just like cloudy
Yeah,
weather the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, I was only saying, like, it's like Bethesda sit down and they're like, what colour should we use today? What colour is this game going to be?
It's like, you know,
Grey,
when you go to a
green.
hardware store and they have like the sample of colours.
Yeah,
We'll just use this
yeah,
one.
I like this one, yeah. Dulux.
Gavin, what's the most visually appealing game you've played? FIFA?
Oh, shut up. I don't play FIFA anymore.
Pro
Oh,
Evo,
that's the
then.
worst.
FIFA
Pro
13
Evo.
addict.
I don't know, maybe Zelda. Breath of the Wild was
Breath of the
amazing.
Wild,
I have to say, it was a nice
Yeah.
change, especially nowadays. Do you know, when I turned that on, I was kind of blown away with it.
Oh, absolutely.
What about Link's Awakening? Have you seen that?
Oh, that looks cool. I didn't play it, but it looks really cute.
I've got
It's really cute.
Really cute.
Yeah, it is cute.
I'm playing it right now and it's beating my ass.
Yeah, oh, that looks cute. Borderlands blew me away as well when I played it, because I never played a game like that.
Comic book style.
You showed me that. Like, he showed me Borderlands, and I went and bought it straight away, and the co-op was great.
I played
Borderlands
it.
It
2
looked-
was
They all look nice. Like, even going back to Borderlands 1 is a bit dull.
It's the
but-
same as
Yeah.
Bioshock,
Yeah.
that kind of style where it's just timeless.
Yeah,
You could go back and play Borderlands 1 now,
I'm
it's
playing
perfect.
Borderlands
Yeah.
1 on my laptop now. Like, it's just
Yeah.
But I think Borderlands will be a game that'll always look good. Just because
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
style.
I
they
think
did it.
cell shaded games tend to age really well. Even going back and playing like something like Sly Raccoon or like
Ultimate Spider-Man, that one.
Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah, it's
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, just going back to those old games, they just age really
They
well.
look lovely. Like, Borderlands 3, the neon lights all over in the cities and stuff looks good.
Mm.
I like that. I like the bright colours.
One that I recently saw was that I would say visually appealing the best is the Spyro remaster.
That looks. I
trilogy.
played that actually.
It's
Ah,
so
no.
beautiful.
There's another game I played on the Switch. I played through them on the
Definitely don't play that on the Switch.
I did because it's cute in your hand. Little dragon.
Cute in your hand.
Your little dragon. Your little dragon is cute in your hand. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. First we have racism and now we have just perverted nonsense.
What was Drunk Souls then? That wasn't racist.
This is just a guest appearance, yes. Yes, Spyro just because it's so colourful and nice, and they have more than one colour, so Fallout is lost to that one. Right, so those are some good games. What is the first video game you have played, if you can remember, or what's one of the first video games you can remember playing? Mr. Darren.
First game I remember playing was one of our neighbours had a PlayStation 1, and I think he sold it to my dad, and he gave it to me. And it came with two games. Came with Cool Borders. It's like a snowboarder game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they were great.
And Resident Evil Survivor. And
Shite.
Resident Evil was the first one I played. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember how good it was.
Was that the gun-based one where you had to use where it was literally just
Yeah, it was like
arcade style?
yeah, it was almost like one of those arcade, like, you know, the light gun games, but
Yeah.
it didn't come with a light gun. You just used the controller. Yeah,
It's not canon.
It was
It's
a
not
weird
bad.
first person thing. Yeah, really.
It's really that bad.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that you take damage but you just don't die. you can just keep going. You
Oh,
don't
you
die.
did. I remember
You
that.
take damage then. You
There's some glitch
You
in
can
it
take
that
damage,
you
but
get
it
to a
doesn't
certain
do
level and
anything.
it does nothing to you.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that as a kid. I was just terrified of, like, there's a part you're walking down through this, like, an office room and, like, straight through the wall, Mr. X smashes in and, like, I didn't know how to deal with him. I just wasn't good enough to like, get away from him, like.
If the remaster of Resident Evil 2 is showing you anything, just run from him.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. I don't think you can even move in that game, can you? I think it's like...
Oh, no, you can move.
Can you move? I think
It's
it's
just
not
a-
like set course, like kind of...
time.
No, it's just the first person
Yeah.
game. It's not on rails. Like, it's kind of, the shooting
it's
is
on
like
rails.
Time Crisis in a weird way, but you can move freely, like. It's not on
Still
rails.
sounds shit.
It
What's
probably
What's
is.
the next game? You can't fucking finish on that. Cool Borders.
Cool Borders, yeah.
Cool Borders was
Cool
Darren's
Borders.
first
There's
game.
Borders and they're cool, yeah. Cool
Yeah.
Borders, yeah.
What
It's
were,
about,
the, what were the snowboarding games we all used to play?
SSX.
SSX 3 with that weird orange lad doing the
Yeah.
trick on the front.
Sexy.
Yeah, they really just wanted to say sex.
Yeah.
Sexy snowboarding.
What did it stand for anything?
Snowboarders Supercross or something.
What the hell was the X?
Cross. Next.
Oh fuck!
Supercross. But what's the X? It's a cross.
But it was an X, not a
Snowboarders
cross.
Supercross.
Yeah, because they cross.
I'm not even putting it on. I've struggled to understand how that was a good marketing system. Send your mother in with letters. Can you give me this game? Just thinks you're dyslexic. Alright, James, please tell us what your first game was.
My earliest memory is either, I can't really place either one, but either the opening scene of Metal Gear Solid.
I was fucking just about to say, I guarantee
Or
Metal Gear is going to make an appearance in this podcast.
Tony Hawk's that he was pro skater on PS1.
Best.
Yeah. My earliest memory anyway of those first games I played. Be all PS1.
There's Tony Hawk's doing a documentary soon about
Yeah, they're remastering the first two games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
And they're releasing another Skate, I believe, is it? Skate 4?
Yeah.
I don't like
Okay.
them. I have Skate 3. It's on
Different
it's on Xbox Game
control
Pass.
mechanics.
Oh man, you have to move the analog to do all this.
Yeah.
I like it
it's
playing.
more, it's
simple.
more realistic.
It is
isn't
like well, it's good that way. Like there's a fan
Excellent.
base there.
Is
Loads
the
of
idea
people
of a
love that game.
skateboarding game made worse by realism?
Yeah, I think so. Remember the Tony Hawk game, American
Yeah,
Wasteland and all
American
that?
Wasteland and
Or Underground 1 and 2. Oh my god.
Underground.
Like, I've
Those are
never
best.
been
They
to
were.
skating or the skating games, but like the people who are into it say that like Tony Hawk's is like, you know, this high flying fantastic thing where you're like always a pro and like you can nail like stuff
so
you'd never
fake.
nail in real
Yeah,
life. But then like skate captures the reason people love skating in real life, that you have to like practice for ages to nail like stuff that's comparatively basic, but then when you do, it's like the best feeling ever.
But that's why FIFA has turned shit, because it used to be you felt like a pro, and then now you feel amazing if you manage to get 3 passes strung together.
Yeah. And so if you score a header, you might as well trade the game in.
Yeah.
Because that's never going to be. No one can score a header. So if you score one header, you have to trade it in.
Save to your instant replay and your drive.
The game just deletes your save data when you score a header.
Just an achievement. Congratulations on
FIFA
doing the
98.
FIFA.
FIFA 98, you can play indoor and everything. You can
Make
score
shit
from
out of
anywhere.
people.
You can score goal kicks in
98.
FIFA 98.
You could run away from the ref, couldn't you?
You can tackle the
Run
ref.
away from the ref and you can bid.
You can, but you're right. The ref chasing you with a card. You can 2-foot tackle him and everything.
That song plays over the...
Yeah, there's no fans until you score. There's no crowd until you score.
Just like Man City.
Oh!
You're basically playing in the Etihad. Oh, it's trash. Very bad.
You haven't gone yet, have you?
No. My first game, as I said earlier, was Speed Freaks.
Such a great
Did
I
you-
got it with the PS1 when I bought it.
Did I say, did you have the adapter? Where
That thing that tried
the little block thing that you got other people to play with?
Yeah, I did. We got a big fancy thing with it.
I have it outside.
Oh man, no
It's
way.
so good.
Yeah, that
Dude
was
with
a
the
great
red
game.
hair. That was
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
And
That was me back then.
every time you won, it was like the same animation of all of them just jumping on the little podium, and I played through every character. You just see them standing on the
Do you know what
podium.
do you remember that show, Codename Kids Next Door?
Yes.
They remind me of that game.
It's
I thought
number,
they were
it's
the
number
character-
1 with the goggles.
Yeah.
Looks like the red guy when he...
When that show came out, I thought that was a show based on Speed Freaks. I was like, Speed Freaks, the show, yes. But it wasn't, so. But yeah, that was a good game. That was my first
I
game.
went back and looked at it recently, and the FLV files they used for the intro is really bad.
Sure. I don't think the wheels are attached to the vehicles
they're
either.
not.
No, they're not. They're just There's just 4 wheels and you're
And
sitting
you're
in
just
a
hovering
thing.
there in the air.
I guarantee you it's one of the ones where like there's a bit of an inch between your
Yeah.
racer and the road is moving, but he's just not.
Yeah, it's really good.
What kind of game was it then? Was it like a combat racing game?
It was like a Mario
Mario
Kart.
Not even
Oh, Mario
combat.
Kart, alright.
Well, I don't think there was combat in it though.
There was like
oh,
you
right.
could shoot rockets and shit like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
actually,
I get
yeah,
you, yeah.
it was great though.
Like more like Wipeout.
It's like
Yeah.
kids on go-karts going mental, but the
you know
go-karts
what?
were like more powerful than
When the
Ferraris.
PS4, you could buy the PS4 just with Uncharted 4, that package. Like
Yeah.
that was the package game with the PlayStation
Oh, right.
1 at the
Yeah.
time, so I just had to have it.
I can't believe I never played Speed Freaks.
No.
Great
There
game.
was a blonde girl, a guy with a blue
Yeah.
hat, and a red-haired kid. They were the 3 like main ones.
And then
everyone
there's
else
like
was
other characters you could unlock too.
Yeah, but they were all weird. They looked like characters from Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Yeah, there was something Cartoon
Yeah.
Network about them. Telling you, it does.
I never used a guy that looked like a simpleton. There's one that looked like a simpleton.
Every one of them. We go back and look at it. You tell me that every one of them don't look
Fucking
like a
blocks.
simple- There was only one that looked like a simple. Oh, what a game.
The first game I remember playing was my parents brought me home PlayStation 1, the big fat chunky one, and we put it on top of our big box television that was wider that way than it was on the screen.
Classic.
And my mother came home with a memory card and told me, when you, this is a quote now, when you lose, this will put you on to the next level. So we put on our very first game, right? Our very first game ever, Star Wars The Phantom Menace for the PS1, with some of the worst voice acting you'll ever hear. And 20 times in a row I had to hear, Obi-Wan, poison, gas, because my mother lied to me. And I was standing there in the poison gas for about 10 minutes ago waiting to die.
When you die, you'll move on to the next level.
That's what she told us, and we believed her.
Nice one.
Just stand there in the poison gas, like, see you in the next level, bro.
If that was the case, we would have passed Dark Souls that night we were playing it. Because
To be fair, it was the first time anyone in my house ever heard of a memory card, but like, how fucking stupid is that? And we got to the second level, and if anyone has played the Phantom Menace on the PlayStation 1, the game is, you have to cheat to actually get through it most of the time, because it's so fucking
GTA
hard.
San Andreas when it came out, I couldn't pass that game without cheating.
And then when you cheat, it breaks the game and you end up getting
First
5
time you
stars.
find out the cat glitch in Fallout 3 and you're just like, I need everything, so you just
I can't remember that
Find
cat
some
glitch. Where was that? That was with
anywhere. Like if you had a
Oh.
double, if you had a double or something that was like in bad condition, you would
like
just
the 10mm pistol.
Violence,
Yeah, I used to do it in that ship. What was it called? Rivet City. Was that what it was called? I kept doing it there for some
Yeah,
reason. So I thought then in my head that's the only
it was
way
just
you
such
can
a
do it.
game
You
breaking.
can only
There was
do it
something
in
like that in
City.
Oblivion, yeah. There was a guy you could kill. There was this one NPC in the Imperial City. He had like 13 gold on him, but when you looted it, it wouldn't disappear from his inventory. So you just mash the A button to pick it up. It's like 13, 13, 13, 13. I'm just there for like an hour mashing it, and then I had like 100 grand.
Are you all trying to suggest that there is bugs in Bethesda games?
No.
Yeah.
There's features.
Did you
That's
see?
the game.
They're actually
Is it
going
a
to
bug
do
or a feature? Yeah.
potentially Amazon are going to do a Fallout TV series.
Oh,
And I
great.
saw it on Facebook and there was comments on it. Also will come with glitches. Some of the comments.
Oh, it's gone past the joke at this stage, lads. Fallout 76 is they released a bug of a whole game based on a bug.
They compiled all their bugs.
We bought it.
compilation.
We bought it when it came out.
There we go. You have to learn coding and fix the game yourself, and if you fix it, you get a game.
I sweet talked you into buying it.
Yeah.
I've no one to play with, James. Please. It's brilliant.
I remember him
Oh.
coming in just going,
I put it in later for them and I still haven't. I still have it. Because the trading value went down. It was €60 bought it.
The day
Next
after
week,
release,
I'll
it
give
went
you a
down to
tenner.
like a
for it.
tenner.
I think it's in a retail store in Germany, they were giving free copies away with purchases because it was
remember that. I
cheaper
remember
than
that, yeah.
actually just spinning them. Because it would have cost them money to dispose of the
Oh my
game.
God.
Yeah.
So they had just gave them away.
That was nearly another ET.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
E.T.'s a great
The
game.
video game crash of whenever
God,
that came out
imagine.
in 2018. Fallout 76.
It's like I'm going to tell my grandkids that somewhere in the Mexican desert there's a big pile of Fallout 76 on the
I wish.
ground.
Oh, that is trash.
That's going to be the.
A Fallout TV show though from Amazon.
Not.
Man, I can't wait for the credits to roll and one of the characters just fucking falls through the floor. It's gonna be great.
That's just going to be a nightmare of a thing.
If they do
Ruining
one-
the Fallout.
If they do one, they have to like do the glitches. Like some lad putting the doormat to get the walls at proper and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
The fact they announced it with a glitch, they will do that.
Just in the post, it's just like a load of spelling errors and all that kind of shit.
Oh no.
At the bottom, wait, let me do that again.
That's gonna be so shit.
They don't even cut out all the stuff. They just kind of go with whatever happens
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the first cut. You know.
If they want
Just go with it.
if they want a faithful
Yeah.
if they want a faithful adoption, they have to hire the worst actors.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then the player base is gonna hire actual actors and do like a community made bug fix to like make it watchable.
imagine that you're just tuning into the new Fallout movie, the series, and in the first scene you see a lad in a blue jumpsuit. What is line? Tell me it was off.
I did not.
God, that even
Man
sounds
from the
horrible.
room.
I'm watching the new Fallout series.
I'm looking for
Yeah.
my boy Sean. He little boy.
Have we not seen like a million of those style of movies anyway? With the likes of The Road and all that kind of ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did not take that. I did not.
I mean, like, I suppose with the Fallout,
The idea of the
Style,
voice is so cool.
the like whole like peppy 50s kind of culture, like there's
could-
freshness there.
You could do, what's that, Black Mirror? You could do that with like all the different vaults. Like that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Like-
cool actually. Yeah.
Then that way it would explain the glitches because it's supposed to be that way. It just works.
Don't think they want to do that though.
No, it's definitely going to be
gonna be-
linear with one
It's gonna be
boring ass
so
Canada
shit. Yeah, I don't want to
character. Canada?
When is that coming out?
I don't know. I
I
didn't
don't
even
know.
look
They
at
don't
the
know
article.
themselves.
I didn't even look at the article. It was just something on Facebook. And
Go
I
back to-
literally, I didn't look at it because I knew the comments were
Go
going
back
to
to
be gold, so I
2015.
just went straight to the comments.
Yeah.
And they
If
were.
you told me that, I would be so hyped. That's the truth.
When I remember being in work when Fallout 4, the launch trailer was released with the
I
dog
was-
going through the, and the two guys I work with literally like creamed their knickers out the back.
I went to the midnight launch in GameStop. There was like not many people there.
How many were
That's
there?
strange though, because the last Fallout before that was New Vegas, which was unbelievable. Like,
Hmm.
so like, I was really hyped for Fallout 4, but that was a letdown for me.
It was a
Yeah,
letdown.
Different
big time.
studios, yeah.
Yeah.
Obsidian did New Vegas, and then
It wasn't a bad game, but
not at all. No, there was some really good stuff in there.
yeah, like it was
DLC was
put
good.
serious hours in that game.
I thought the DLC was great.
Yeah, it was definitely. Yeah, I didn't get through them all, but like the ones I did get through, I loved them.
I played them all, and I can't even remember them. I remember the one where you're in like a circus. There's not a Candyland place or whatever you call
Nuka
it.
World.
Nuka World, like, I don't even care. The DLC wasn't that great for me.
Oh, I saw
It
Vegas.
looked nice. It looked nice, but there was too much fetch quests in that Nuka place. Do you not remember?
That's,
Oh,
that's the
man.
thing with Fallout 4 overall. There's just too much busy work. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much to do, but none of it matters. It's all just like busy work. You don't
Yeah.
remember the quests. You don't like get special stuff out of it. It's just it's
It's
hollow.
like-
That's
It's
the only
hollow.
guy.
It's like the early missions of Grand Theft Auto. You just great.
I didn't even like the ending of Fallout 4. I know there was a few, but your father is a gimp. That was the end of it for me. Just I killed him. The Institute were idiots. I don't know. I just hated it.
I didn't like any of the factions.
Yeah, same.
None
I
of
didn't like
factions
any of the
were
factions. I didn't want to side with anyone. I
What's the
wanted
name
to
of that
wreck shop.
Everyone's a dickhead.
I
What's
swear
the
to God.
Minuteman guy who
Oh, Preston Garvey.
he and I?
My nemesis. He wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. Like, I just want to go out and do my own thing.
I prefer him than a lot of the faction leaders.
Hmm.
The Brotherhood leader, the lad with the nice beard, can't remember his name out this stage. Was it? Remember, he had the nice haircut.
Maxton.
He had the fit. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I liked him. He was tough.
Yeah.
The rest, no, I can't even remember. What was the other faction in it? The one underground. You have to do
Railroad or
the
something?
Minutemen.
The railroad or something?
the railroad.
Railroad.
Yeah.
The woman. She was hate her.
Right. Moving on. Which console do you wish you were around to experience from the past?
NES. The Nintendo
Yes.
Entertainment System, the first Nintendo console.
Why?
Because I got one a while ago, an original one,
Hmm.
and had Super Mario on it, and it was just so much fun. Like, and I just wish back then it would have been the highest tech at the time.
It's
It would have
iconic.
Yeah.
been Just iconic. Yeah.
Is the crap when you find something from a time gone by and you start playing, you're like, wow, it's really good, and all the hype is gone around it, and you're just like, oh.
That's
The original-
exactly what I'm going to say. Like the hype around these old consoles. was
The
just-
original Castlevania
definitely, yeah.
games.
There was a-
Even the PS2. I don't remember it, but the hype around that thing. Was,
Do you not remember this?
I don't remember. I don't,
You're
like,
older
I,
than me.
I know that I had the PS2, but I don't remember like the build up to it. I don't remember the console
I
being
don't remember,
released.
yeah. I just
Yeah.
remember coming home
I
with my
just,
brother.
yeah, I
brother
just
had it.
remember having one.
Oh.
Like
But I went to
Yeah,
PS1, like.
I got one for Christmas with Shrek 2 on DVD because my mother was amazed at the fact that PS2 played DVDs.
That was a big selling point.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the selling
it
point
was.
of it. Yes,
For me,
my,
it
my
definitely
mother
was.
bought one on
Mine
that
didn't play
basis.
DVDs at the end.
What?
I got my PS2, I think it was second hand, I don't know. I arrived home, my father was setting it up
Wow.
for Christmas. I was like, great. And he got me a load of games and they were already open. I was like, these are definitely from someone else's house. Like, so then we turned it on. It played DVDs for the first while, and then it started skipping, and then it just stopped. I was like, what the fuck? And it never ever worked again.
So
And it got so, like, my brother used to, like, hate it because he used to rage. Towards the end, you had to get the disc tray to come out.
After this trade,
They were brutal. I had that
It
issue.
would only happen every couple of times. So when I went to trade in the PS2, I was hoping that when he went to test it, it would happen. It would not happen that time.
yeah.
And he comes back out. It wouldn't actually open. I was like, hit it, babe.
Sure.
He didn't take it. So, NES, because of iconic games.
Iconic games, yeah.
You were going to say...
I was around for the PS2, lads, but I cannot remember it being released.
Yeah.
And I wish I was involved in all the hype and the build-up, and honestly, because that was
Kinda.
best-selling console of all time as well, isn't it?
Yes.
So, like, that is just...
Great games.
Oh, and the games.
The library.
Simpsons
Jesus.
Hit and Run, as they said, one of my favourites.
I definitely relate to that, right? Yeah, like I got the PS2 for Christmas when I was like 8, so it was definitely part of my childhood. But I don't remember like the hype or like the kind of the
Launch.
cultural impact. No, I didn't remember seeing anything about it on the news or anything. So
Yeah.
you know, I would have been like to be involved in it that way. Like, yeah, it
Yeah.
would have been nice.
Like, we're coming towards PS5 now, but...
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Really
I remember my first game actually on the PS2. It was Tom and Jerry, War of the Whiskers. That's the truth. I got that and Shrek 2.
That just shows
or Shrek 1,
the
sorry,
wide
first Shrek.
library of PS2 that
Yeah.
was a fucking game.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was just like
Hard to find
it was
stuff like that
Tekken with
nowadays.
Tom and Jerry.
Mine was on the PS2 was Two Towers.
Oh yeah,
That was great. I remember.
they
getting
were
that.
good. They
Yeah.
were really good.
Those were the two games I got. One of them was open, one of them wasn't. I was like, what kind of
Multiplayer
bullshit
was
is this? Which?
Multiplayer, well, you know.
Co-op.
Co-op.
Co-op. We'll go back to them good days.
That was great.
And the Return of the King, because the Two Towers was only solo. I remember it so. It was so good. So you're saying PS2. You're saying PS2?
I'm gonna say the Gronk box.
The Gronk
Yeah, it's
box.
a caveman games console. Yeah, it didn't play any games because games weren't made yet, but it still had Resident Evil 4 somehow. I would say not a game console specifically, but I would have liked to have been around for like the old school like arcade game cabinets. You know, like
Like where the
like
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, Dragon's Lair, like all the really old school ones. You know, just you and the boys fucking getting like the little pittance of money that
Like
you
you see
had
in the
in
films,
coins.
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, like proper 80s nostalgic kind of stuff.
Meet
Like,
Time Crisis.
Meeting up at the arcade and just
Yeah. Stranger Things, basically.
yeah, I would have been like to have been around for that. So like not a console specifically, but that way of gaming, I suppose. You know.
What would kill me there is that if it's a game that contains something of a story, you'd be there for hours and you can't stop.
what were you? Was it Rambo or something?
Guitar Hero.
No, not my Guitar Hero.
Hero.
I think he was trying to pass Rambo at one stage. And he
Me
must
as
have-
well.
I remember that one. Yeah, in cable was it? Yeah.
Me and Adam West.
I knew it.
Put about €30.
And
Just
this-
watch the movie.
This sounds like
Well,
something
Rambo,
from the 80s.
something like
This
Rambo,
was like back in 2013 or something. He was thrown in.
You could just
He was
YouTube
putting
the
about
entire
20
thing for free.
What?
You can just YouTube watch the
Oh,
entire thing.
same. Not this chap.
It's not the same. It's a matter of honor.
And there was a battle between you and Minnie on that Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Remember that? He was an animal lad. He was a dark horse. No one even knew he knew what a guitar was. He was just... but you can actually play it in real life. But yeah, they were the good old days. We were what, 20 at the time?
Fucking lads coming out shaved and doing it. Nah. Sorry about that. The other camera died, so we're stuck with this one now for a little while. There's going to be no cuts for me for the next while, so it's going to be easy to edit. For me, the console that I think I would have liked to have been around was the Dreamcast.
Yeah, actually.
Because it's such like a... There's...
Those Shenmue games. You did a hype around those, but I never
Come
played
forward.
them.
Yeah.
Code Veronica, it has been changed in some way on every port, and apparently the Dreamcast one hit the nail on the head, and that is the reason why I want to play it. Because Code Veronica is one of the only Resident Evil games that I've not properly looked into, and I think that would be a very, very good way to start. Plus, it was kind of the last big hurrah.
Yeah, there's some games that I would like to try in it. Games consoles from that kind of period fascinate me because like games nowadays on multiple platforms, like they're all generally going to look the same. They might have like slightly different resolutions and all that, but generally they look the same. But like games going from like Dreamcast to PS2 or Dreamcast to Xbox, like Panzer Dragoon or like Shenmue or whatever, they actually had different graphics. Like like the Soul Reaver game on Dreamcast has completely different looking textures compared to the one on PlayStation 1
Great
and
game.
PC, you know. So like those little kind of differences fascinate me. Back where like different platforms actually gave you different experiences, kind of. Yeah.
So, and plus the Dreamcast, it was a really quirky design console that I was attracted to. The rest of them were really fucking boring looking like.
Didn't the controller have a little weird screen in it?
Yeah, it did.
What was the screen for?
I don't
You
remember.
put something in it as well, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Like, do you-
Something to personalise it like or what?
I don't know. I think it was
Just insert a
if
picture.
I'm not
It was like
mistaken, it was a grid of some form.
It looked like a Tamagotchi screen on it.
Put a picture of your man there if you want to.
Like a wallet.
There's me mother, lads. Who wants to play with me mother?
Jeez, this podcast. What was the
Look
other
down
one?
there.
Was it
Who
the
the fuck is this, James? Oh, me man.
was it the original Xbox where you put your memory card into it?
Yeah, you didn't need a memory card.
That had some good memory on it already.
It did,
though,
yeah. It had
didn't
like what was it, like a 10 gig hard drive.
yeah,
or
for
something.
the time.
For the time where it was where PlayStation 2 were rolling out 8 megabytes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Decent memory.
It's a song now.
I put in CDs and it would take the songs and save them. Remember that? Was that or was I drunk?
On PS2.
Yeah.
No, it
not
would
the
not.
PS2, the original Xbox. I think you
Yeah.
could save songs onto it.
no, you could, you could copy full CDs onto it,
CDs
yeah.
onto it.
Burn
Never.
CDs onto it.
Onto the Xbox and just play them over the games. Like, do you know what you do now with Spotify on your
Yes.
PS4 or your Xbox? You can do that on the original Xbox with CDs.
So we're getting charged now for some shit that we could have done 20 years
Yeah,
ago.
I had like Nelly, Grills and So Sick by Neo and all that on it. And I was
Sales for original Xbox now are going to skyrocket
Yeah.
on this.
I just burned CDs.
Those are nice. You could do the same with the Xbox as well, sure. And the PS3 as well.
But for the original, yeah, you could on them, but like the original Xbox, you could. I just forgot about that until he mentioned the big
Remember
memory.
yours?
Actually,
library on the
I'm
PS3.
pretty sure it was the only console of the generation
Yeah,
that could. Yeah, the
that's what I
PS2
mean. It was
didn't
so
have the memory.
strange, and no one even cared about it. I did.
On the PS2, when you went to play, like I remember my father brought down my PlayStation 2 to listen to CDs to on the TV. It doesn't like I was like put on MTV and have music videos. No, so he sat there just watching the like little blue light, just going around listening to shit music for an hour. And like it was like you know when you had like family movies where everyone sat there. It was like that where we were all just staring at a screen. I was like, what
Whatever
the
he
fuck
likes.
is going on?
I used
Let
to
me
do
play
that with Crazy
games.
Frog. Oh, good old days.
Right. So the last question before we hit the trivia. What game deserves a sequel? And I know Gavin's answer. Go ahead.
The Simpsons didn't run. I don't care.
Yeah.
They need to remaster it or just release a sequel or do something. I just want to play that again on the current gen.
It's-
That'd be something. Oh, that'd be
It was so good.
so good, lads. Even going back to it,
Right.
the graphics are still good. Go back and play it.
No, because cutscenes.
Timeless classic.
Not the cutscenes, but in-game cutscenes.
Yeah.
They had.
Don't mind that crap, but you know when you play the game,
Don't mind that crap. It was hard to not mind it.
drive the cars and everything. It's not bad,
Yeah.
and it feels
When you
decent.
found the rocket car or Homer's card that he made with his brother, those things fucking went.
It's a bit floaty, but like, and it's very hard also. Even still, I don't know how
The last
to play it.
mission.
Every mission, man. Don't know how. The ones with Cletus, where you have to collect all the roadkill.
Oh Jesus!
They
Yeah.
are the worst.
You just
Oh,
gave me
yeah.
nightmare. I played that game a lot, like, and I couldn't beat it.
Yeah, it takes
Jesus
forever,
Christ!
but it's a great game.
Go on, James. You were waiting there.
A game that I've been long awaiting a sequel to. Rugrats Search for Reptar.
Oh, what game! Oh, more. That is a good game.
That was such a good game.
Absolute
There
classic.
was some
so
scary
good.
parts of that. Is that remember you had to go hunt the ghosts out?
Going through the pyramid.
Oh, that was
The pyramid. There was a weird
That
thing in
was
the pyramid.
terrifying.
That was
everyone's first introduction.
Going through the
to
house
survival
with the
horror.
target.
Honestly,
Like,
Going through the house with the
Rugrats
target
game.
on.
You're playing golf. You're playing mini golf or something. On Ice Cream Island or something.
Sudden turns into Resident Evil or something.
Yeah, there's something at the end of the pyramid just
Jeez.
growling at you, and you're just like, oh, that's a bit weird.
As Tommy running around.
No, you're running around, you're a baby running around, there's something at the end of this dark pyramid growling. It's just like, I'm not going in there.
Such a good game.
Yeah, it's really good actually.
So we want another. Even though Rugrats is finished, we want another game from them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simpsons may
It's only
as well
matter
be
of time.
finished.
It's only a matter of time to get Rugrats
Right.
on.
What
What's our
childhood television show do you want to be made into a sequel game?
No, serious answer. Space Marine. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine.
I played that. It's alright.
It's fucking deadly. It's
I played that,
there's-
it's alright.
There's a lot of bad Warhammer games out now because the company's just yeeting the license at whatever like indie studio will make some like mobile card game crap out of it. So there's a lot of crap out there. There's a few gems here and there, but Space Marine's one of the best one for me. It's like the most like authentic and big budget one that's faithful to like the action in the setting and like the way the characters behave, the way the weapons behave. Like it was the most faithful one, and the story ended on a total like cliffhanger. So there was room for a second one, and it was going to happen. I think they released like plot elements of the second one, but it was done by THQ, and I think they went tits up.
Yeah, they're down under.
Yeah, so
Because they made the WWE
Activision
games.
bought them and then
yeah,
just kinda shut
so
them down,
so I have no idea if it's actually going
I
to
don't even
happen.
know that game, to be honest with you. Where was that
Warhammer.
played? Where did that game come out?
Warhammer, it's a tabletop.
Oh,
It's on
Warhammer. Oh,
PS3
yeah,
and
yeah.
Xbox 360.
Oh, is it?
PS3 and Xbox
Oh.
360, yeah.
Well, there were so many games on them consoles. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? I'd never heard.
So it was a third person like hack and slash, but there was also like shooter segments of it as well.
Hmm.
It's like you play a spaceman, you're like genetically engineered fucking 7
Alright.
foot armored warriors.
It's like a fun Gears of War.
I always thought it was
Less
Gears-
tactical.
Gears
I
of
thought
War
it was
is
an
fun.
RTS game.
It's like a
I always
fun
thought it was
version
an
of God of War.
RTS game.
No, that's Dawn
God
of
of
War.
War?
Oh, okay.
It's also Warhammer, but yeah, it's an RTS.
There's an obvious sequel as well, Half-Life 3. I want that because they released this shit New York. Why is that? Why
Sounds
is
like
that?
Alex, yeah.
Did you play it? Because you VR. Is it on VR? Where is it?
Oh no, I only have PlayStation VR. I don't have the PC
I don't know
one.
where do you play it. How do you get it? I don't know.
Yeah, they don't
But,
like trees.
HTC
No.
Vive on the PC.
Oh, Jesus.
That's worth like €1,000 or something.
know.
Oh, so you have to pay €1,000 to play that shit thing.
And it's not even a
Yes.
proper
No.
game.
But it
has
individual finger movement.
I only played the 2 of them Half-Life games last year.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I played through them. They're deadly. They are really good. And they feel nice to play.
Yeah, the
Don't
shooting
they?
is
Oh
so
man,
solid,
it's
isn't
so,
it?
it's just, yeah, it actually feels
Even
nice.
even just turning to shoot
Mm.
feels good. Like
Yeah.
The part where you go to some town and there's creatures there and
Uh,
they're screaming
what's
out
it
for
called?
help in
Raven
verse.
Yeah, oh, that's a...
Raven
That
Dawn,
is
yeah.
I
every
actually like
list
it.
I
Everyone
watch
hates
is like the scariest places in gaming. That always
Yeah.
comes up.
Yeah, because you get those boys that jump in your head are all over. You get them all the time.
Yeah, it's like it's not just the atmosphere of the place; it's the actual threat of the enemies.
Yeah,
that are
there's so many of them. So they just keep spawning. You have to just get out there. They just won't stop spawning. They're unlimited spawn. So you're just... Yeah, it's scary.
For me, it's another Steam game or Valve game.
Hmm.
Portal 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please.
Yeah, just... Why? Like, why do they not like...
They don't like the number 3. Like, is Gladys not one of the greatest characters ever?
Oh, she's fantastic.
And then with adding, what's his name? Wheatley, Steve Merchant, and Cave Johnson, who's
Yeah.
played by, we had this problem the last time, couldn't remember his name.
J. Jonah Jameson. Is
No, his actual name.
Look, there it goes again. I can never remember his name.
Never remember his name. Is fuck. Continue talking about Portal.
Afterthought.
I think the way Portal 2 ended, though, it didn't really leave room for a sequel. Like, if anything, Shell was probably going to go off, like, with her Portal gun and, like, help with the events of Half-Life. Presumably, if the war is still going on, she'd use her Portal tech to be, like, some stealth expert or something like that.
Yeah, so
Or no, actually, no, it wouldn't even work outside the facility because it needs the moon dust shit, doesn't it? It needs the moon dust paint to work. She can't just put it on any surface. So her Portal gun would be useless.
There you go. So the obvious sequel then is Half-Life 3.
She's going to go off and get taken over by a head
She's
crab.
going to go and go and she's about to use it and then she just gets shot.
Shit.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
Can't think of the name.
Don't worry about it.
No, that killed me. I got it last time because I
That
interrupted
time,
you while
yeah.
you were talking.
You wanna look it
It's
up?
1,000 degrees in here as well.
Yeah, it is. Right. So
What's this now? I'm scared.
this is trivia, right? Where we just ask.
Oh, God.
I just ask a random question,
Okay.
and you try to give me an answer. All you will go, and then I will reveal the actual answer. The winner gets nothing.
Ah, nice one.
Right. Question 1. Which series did Devil May Cry begin in development for? James.
Oh God.
Which series is
His name is
Shh.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, yes. I thought you were going to give away the answer.
Which?
Which series did Devil May Cry originate for before spinning off into its own franchise?
Oh.
What was it originally in development at? Like, for?
Okay. Final Fantasy.
Gavin?
Like what game series was it?
Yeah,
originally?
it was
I can
originally-
see him.
Oh,
It was originally intended to be a part of another franchise.
I never played them games. Devil May Cry. What is it? Is it like a JRPG as well? Is it or what is it? I don't
No,
know.
it's like a
Hack and slash. It
Well,
originally.
is it?
It's a stylish hack and slash. Yeah, like rather than
What?
just killing enemies, you have to do it in style.
No, cause what did you say? What was your answer?
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
That's a
That
good one
was
though.
just a stab.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wildsway.
Okay, Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
He would know it. See, and that's why I wasn't going to say that because if it was, he would know because he's a Metal Gear diver.
Darren, you have to know the answer.
It actually started out as Resident Evil 4.
Very good.
What?
Resident Evil 4.
No way.
It originally
Yeah.
Leon was supposed to be Dante, if I know.
Oh, yeah.
no,
alright.
he was a character called Tony Redgrave, and he was going to go to this big castle, and it was going to be like your standard Resident Evil game. But then they were like, what if he put in swords? And it's like, okay, what if he was half demon and he could like, you know, lift tons and like do backflips and shit? And then they're like, okay, this isn't Resident Evil anymore. Let's make it its own thing. And then Devil May Cry turned into Devil May Cry.
The reason I said Metal Gear is because they released that weird hack and slash one where your
With
man
Leave
looks
Engine.
like
Metal Gear Rising.
He looks like one of the guys out of that DMC thing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
That
yeah.
Raiden, yeah.
He's in Metal Gear 2, like he's the main character. Like him, he reminds me of the people out of that. So that was the reason for that. But you would have known.
Question 2. In the hit game Heavy Rain, how many possible endings are there?
What a
I don't even know.
6.
6? Gavin?
I think you're right.
Now, remember,
Never played
every character has a variable amount of endings. And there's, what, 4?
Jason!
Jason!
Do you remember that thing?
Ruined the entire game.
Jason! Just walking around. He said 6. I'm going to say 10.
20.
James is closest. There are 17 possible endings to
Oh.
Heavy Rain.
Jesus.
Every character
Yeah,
has
later.
about 4,
That is
depending
some
on...
heavy rain.
Was that like one of the first releases on the PS3, wasn't it? It
Yeah.
came out really early. I never played it.
I played it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it was rancid.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
guys,
Sky Blaffer chain.
Oh, no, that thing.
so that has been the podcast. This has been an absolute disaster, from technical issues to the room being a fucking sauna to just everything. Bleh. Thank you so much, everyone. Say goodbye.
Thanks for having us. Bye bye.
Thanks, lads.
Thank you, and we will see you again.
See you for Drunk Souls Part 2.
Oh yeah, that will be coming.
Yes.
Alright.
Gonna school these scrubs on how to die properly.
Oh yes. We will also have a video coming up on Darren explaining Metal Gear to us, even though he's never played a single game. And every time he gets it wrong, he will have to drink, so he'll be very drunk.
Coming at you with
Yeah.
that spicy Metal Gear lore. See you soon.
We don't know when that's coming because it's very hard to get everyone in the one place, especially in the current climate, but it will be coming. We can guarantee you that. Thank you so much, and we will see you again. Jamie, cut that.
Good night.